Every city has a story. What is the story we want to tell about ourselves and for others to know? Downtown Duncan has long been a vital part of the regional economy and culture of Cowichan. The formation of each new street in Duncan marked by name the expansion of English into a space where Hul'q'umi'num was traditionally spoken. Yet Hul'q'umi'num not only survived this, but is experiencing a modern resurgence due to the work of Cowichan Tribes elders and the enthusiasm of youth for learning the language. Hul'q'umi'num was developed into written form in the 1990s, and now we present to you an opportunity to acknowledge this language's importance to our shared history. We are here today to ask that 7 streets in downtown Duncan be given Hul'q'umi'num names in addition to their existing titles. With funding from the BC Rural Dividend Grant, the Downtown Duncan BIA worked with Cowichan Tribes to learn more about Cowichan's history and come up with Hul'q'umi'num names for a selection of streets. If passed, this initiative will advance the partnership between the City of Duncan and Cowichan Tribes, while also paving the way for a revitalization of the downtown coming out of the challenges of 2020. This positive step towards reconciliation will highlight our community's uniqueness on a national scale. These are the changes to the street names that we are proposing. For Canada Avenue, was chosen. It means ahead of and was selected in honor of the avenue's original name, Front Street. For Government Street, we chose which simply means First People. For Station Street, one of the most important thoroughfares in the history of this town, the word was chosen. It means train, to acknowledge the historical significance of the railroad which powered Duncan's development. We would like to call First Street which also means first. For Second Street, which means hummingbird, was chosen. And for third, we picked meaning ladybug. These are 2 tiny yet important creatures in the Cowichan culture and ecosystem. Lastly, for 4th Street, for the lush and beautiful forest which once stood where the city stands now. We want to give the floor now to the participants to say what this project means to them and why Duncan City Council should pass this initiative.
Oh, let me see. That'll make me walk proud.
To see Hul'q'umi'num 7 names out there in the community in Hul'q'umi'num says a lot that they want to recognize us and start working together. It just gets me excited to think about it. It's history in making.
It would just show that our language ain't really dying, that people are still fighting to keep it alive.
Maybe seeing the signs up in the streets and like knowing that we had people that wanted to help, maybe it'll change their point of view.
Everybody will be learning together. That's what makes it really interesting. They'll be passing it on, but it won't be only to the native, but it will be to the non-native as well, because they would like to learn what is up there.
And I think we're going to get visitors just to come and see what the street looks like, how the sign looks.
Well, I think they'll have a better understanding of what Hul'q'umi'num means to us, and also gives the history of who we are as Cowichan people.
Greater representation of Indigenous language and Hul'q'umi'num in public spaces allows people to have a greater understanding that this is a shared space that we have. We share this land.
Our little bit here in the DBIA of working with elders, recapturing this language that is so close to being lost is very exciting in the fact that there's going to be a legacy that'll go long beyond this project.
That's a big word, big government word. When I get asked that, I tell people, for me, it starts at home with my own grandchildren, talking about racism, what that looks like, what it sounds like, even the silent way we do racism.
When we went to residential school, and the first things that, listening to, it was all natives in the school. And when we spoke our language, when we got there to the people that didn't know how to speak, we were in trouble. We used to get strapped. We used to get strapped on our hands right up to here for speaking our language. And that was hard for us not to do because that's all we knew. But nowadays, everything's changing so fast, which is good, you know. We're all getting together, starting to work as one, and that's the way it should be. And everything that we talked about, working as one, we could do that in Hul'q'umi'num using the Hul'q'umi'num, the one mind, one heart.
Hul'q'umi'num. It's happening in little groups here and there. I can't wait till we're all thinking and doing the same things and supporting and encouraging each other, inspiring each other to make these changes, to do away with racism, discrimination.
Reconciliation, to me, speaks of the journey of forgiveness.
To me, reconciliation means like trying to like forgive from like things that might have happened or things that happened, but you can't technically like completely forgive, but it's worth a shot, and I think it can really help like bring people together.
Reconciliation, that's been ongoing for so long, and a lot of misunderstanding about reconciliation. To me, it means correcting a wrong that was taking place.
A residential school survivor, I never wanted to learn it. But after working here and being community-minded and sitting with elders and some youth that want to learn the language, I am now, in my age, inspired to learn it.
What would I've learned is that they've really been motivated to understand our culture and the meaning of Chichawato, helping one another and understanding that there's no one person better than the next. And that way it builds better relationship and better understanding with each other.
You know, and reconciliation, you know, how everybody's supposed to work together, work as one. Let's get together, let's work as one and go through with the project that's happening now. You know, everybody could learn from this.
And I think that to me is a really tangible, small way that we can show in this community that we're interested in the heritage and we're interested in understanding more about the original peoples that lived here. It just puts the city on the map as well. I think this is hopefully what I see is other communities are going to jump on board and they're going to talk to their First Nations communities and engage more in this significant way of acknowledging the history that's been here.
Coming out of 2020, we're looking for opportunities to revitalize the downtown, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to show just how strong this community is, to show how inclusive it is, and to show what a strong relationship and friendship there is between Cowichan Tribes, the City of Duncan, and the business community downtown.
Well, you have different ways of seeing your life now from the way it was years ago, how everything has changed, how things have changed, how we have to change, to make life better for the natives, non-natives, whoever, you know, so we're all working as one.
I hope that this project can kind of create a positive change for the community, because I know that we really need it, and I'm hoping that it also encourages other youth to start to want to learn Hul'q'umi'num and like learn more of our teachings to try and keep our culture going.
I can't wait to see where this goes. I really hope that the Duncan City Council will approve of this initiative and do something really powerful.
Well, my thoughts on that are it would show the world that we're walking together as one.